It's Wednesday, midweek chat, man. Tennessee has had a scrimmage this morning, and they will have a scrimmage this morning, depending on when you're listening to this, or they have already had a scrimmage. And what are we wanting to hear and see? What are we wanting to know about the Vols come Thursday morning? What do we want to know come today, really, today, this afternoon, about this Tennessee football team? You know, we had a great conversation on Monday on the live show talking about a lot of hot takes and bold predictions, and we still may have a couple of those. I don't know if you saw, Turn, the top 100 in our college football players list came out, and we only had one guy. So I want to talk about that. But without further ado, y'all, it's the midweek chat, man. Y'all, we have 17 days. 17. I report to you, 17 days until there's football. And it's not just football in Tennessee. Literally, football is in Tennessee. Let's go. So it's the midweek chat, baby. Let's get it. It's straight up Tennessee, baby.
From 40, on the way, a knuckleball. He's got it!
What's happening, everybody, on this Wednesday, man? We hope that y'all have had a great week so far. We've hit the middle of the week, man. We've hit it. And now we are on the downward swing. If you're listening on YouTube and watching on YouTube right now, man, thank you. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification right now, man, so you never miss a show. Also, join the channel, man. 99 cents, bro. Like, for real? Join the channel, man. You can get in at that gray level membership. Then also, man, we got two other levels, white and orange. You can check out on the channel what both of those will get you. Still waiting to get 20 more people into our Discord channel. You got 17 days, y'all. 17 days. Hit us up. Let us know you want to join the Discord, man. We'll get the link over to you. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify podcasts, we're glad you're rocking with us as well. Continue to rate this thing 5 stars and let the folks know why they need to be tapping in with your boys from straight up Tennessee. It's your boy Ruck in the building today, joined by my dog Term. And today, Tennessee had a scrimmage, man. And there's a couple of things that I'm interested to see in this scrimmage. And I want to really just hop right in. Does Joe Milton get all 4 of his receivers this scrimmage? You know, the last scrimmage, they didn't play. None of them played.
They do not.
Do you think they play in this scrimmage?
No.
None of them.
I don't because I mean, no, I don't. I don't because I think it's one of those, like you said it the other day when we were talking on the phone. There's just so much. I mean, there's just so much that can happen. I mean, it's like, what's the dude you were telling me about in practice? Scored a touchdown celebrating towards ACL.
Oh, the dude from Texas A&M, star tight end.
Yeah, I mean that could happen in practice, but I don't know. I think Josh Heupel's smart, and you know, you made this comment and you said, you know, the first 2 games should really be a big scrimmage in the first place.
Yeah.
So I mean maybe give it a couple reps, but I don't think they're going to play much if they do play at all.
Yeah, I think with Coach Heupel being a former player, he can position these guys in a way to where he knows that, hey, these reps are valuable. Like, these scrimmage reps are valuable. However, those reps against Virginia and Austin Peay are going to be even more valuable. And we got to get you to a place now where we can trust you in those 2 games to get enough work.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of makes you feel good at the same time. It's because it's like, man, Heupel trusts these 4 receivers so much that he ain't even playing them in a scrimmage.
Exactly. I mean,
You know what I mean? It's not like the defensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, everybody's gonna play.
yeah. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, facts. Facts. And I'm not saying that, no disrespect towards the defense. I'm not saying we don't trust like Slaughter, Haddon, any of them. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying I think it shows like the amount of trust that Heupel has in, Ramel Keaton, Brew McCoy, Squirrel White, Dante Thornton, because those four didn't play in the last scrimmage at all, correct?
Correct. None of them. They haven't seen the field on a scrimmage. So, I
What do you
mean,
think?
I don't think they play. If they play, it's like preseason. They play one series and it's over. Like, so, and then I think about it that way. If I'm saying that out loud now, it sounds even more stupid. Like, if
Why
they're
would
going
you do
to
that?
play in a scrimmage for one scrimmage, like one series, like what kind of work is that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And
You
I don't
know?
know. I don't know. I mean, I think you're kind of more, I don't know. It's going to sound kind of weird. And you probably disagree. This is way, I don't know. I think you're kind of more prone to injury in a scrimmage like that because at the end of the day, the defense kind of knows what you're running at the end of the day.
They know what you're running. They
So they're
know
going
what
to
to
try to jump
expect.
it, and they're not going, I'm not saying they're going to try to hurt like a receiver, but they're playing for a starting position.
They're
So, I
playing
mean,
football.
you're going to make a play
At the end
and,
of the day, you're playing football, bro. Like, can you imagine this? Like, turn. Like, I think back to when we were just playing high school football and we would get into team periods where we would scrimmage. Like, we was out, we was like hitting each other, bro. Like, not like just, oh, here's a little hit and we're gonna no, like we out there literally hitting you like you an opposing team.
yeah,
You know what
100%.
I'm saying? So it's like that doesn't change from level to level. I mean, you still never hit the quarterback in high school. So
Mm-mm.
Joe ain't getting hit, like guys ain't getting hit, but at the same time, these running backs, they getting smacked.
Mm-hmm.
Receivers coming across the middle, like it didn't matter. We was hitting. And so it at the end of the day, instinct matters, and these kids are playing football, bro. And if
Yeah.
injuries happen all the time, if you're playing football, injuries happen, and that's why I think those four guys, Dante, Squirrel, Brew, Ramel, I don't think they're going to see the field again today.
I mean, why would you? That's my, I think we're that good, in my opinion.
I hope so, man. I hope so. College football, all of the media in college world doesn't think too highly of anything that Tennessee is doing right now. I was watching and listening to Greg McElroy's podcast. I love to hear Greg talk. One, because he was a former player, and is he 100% biased towards Alabama? Yeah, but if I was at that level and I went to the University of Tennessee, I would have some bias as well. I mean, right? Like it's just
Mhm.
it's a little too tough not to, right? And so he said he thinks that the biggest concern for this year for Tennessee is the interior offensive line depth. And I have to say that after hearing about Cooper Mays having a small procedure, after Josh Heupel spoke to the media after the scrimmage last week, and you hear about Ollie Lane moving to center, I really start to think deeper, and I'm like, well, who else is in there at guard? Like,
Yeah.
and it got me wondering, like, I kind of actually agree with McElroy for once. Like, that is a big question mark heading into, I wouldn't say Virginia or Austin P, but it is a big question mark for me heading into Florida. Obviously, Cooper's going to be ready to play, but what about the depth, man, for the year? Like,
Well, and I think you don't start to realize the depth issue. I mean, for me personally, I didn't really, realize the depth issue until you find out Cooper Mays is hurt, and then Ollie Lane is playing center, and it's like, well, now we're kind of moving Ollie from guard to center, which is fine, but then it's like, okay, well, that moves one person from depth, and it's just like, and you start thinking like, who else we got, and it's like, I mean, we got guys, but it's like, are the guys ready? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. I just wanted I just want us to come out and prove everybody wrong. You know, like
Mhm.
there is a lot against us this year. Man, we lost a lot of production. I get it. I get that. I get that. The facts are facts still. And I understand we lost a lot of production in Jalen Hyatt, Hendo, all of that. But also, not talking about McElroy right now, but college football releases its top 100 players, and Tennessee has one guy on there. South Carolina has two.
Yeah, man. And I'm kind of backtracking a little bit before we go on that topic. And this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm comparing last year's team to this year's team. And you said you had so many guys that were just like, I mean, you had Jalen High, you had Hendon Hooker. Like our offense was insane last year.
Right.
And I think our offense is going to be good this year. I'm not saying that our offense isn't going to be good. But like the Alabama game last year, our offense had to be over the top for us to win that game.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And I think this year our defense is going to be better. Our defense is going to be better, so therefore do I want our offense to score 50, 60 points a game? Sure, I do. I do. I do. And I think we can. But saying that, I think our defense is better. And if we score upper 30s, 40s a game, I think our defense will be able to hold teams lower than we did last year.
Man,
'Cause,
I
I mean,
had
we just got into some scoring battles last year.
we did, and we pulled them out. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
and
and I think this year we got that defense that's better. And I'm not saying I'm not saying our offense isn't going to be as good as last year. I think it can be better. But I'm just saying if it's not, then I still have a lot of confidence because our defense is better.
I for those of you who don't know, like me and Turner, like when we say like inseparable, we talk all the time. Like I like literally all the time. And
I
one
w
thing that I didn't actually tell him today or yesterday, I was watching the Josh and Swain show, the Swain event, and I want to bring this up to you because I'm interested to see. They said, what was special teams, offense, and defense out of 10 in your eyes last year? And
like
Jason Swain said, huh?
rating them separately.
Yeah, all separate. Like offense,
Okay.
Jason Swain said we were like a 9. He said special teams was like a 8,
Mhm.
and defense was like, he's like, what people don't realize is our defense was a lot better than we think they were,
Mhm.
because he's like, think about it. You didn't score 40 and hold LSU to 13, no, like with no defense.
Mhm.
He's like, you didn't hold uh uh you didn't hold Clemson to 13, 14 with no defense. He
Mhm.
said you don't let Vanderbilt score and not have a defense. You don't let Kentucky only score 6 points with a second round quarterback. I don't care who he is.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think they were a 6 defense. And so this from last year to this year, what do you rate last year's offense, special teams, and defense, and then compare it to what we think we could be this year?
Last year, I mean, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say last year's offense was a 9. Special teams is at special team when D Williams got back in the game, when he got to be the return man, we were for sure an 8, maybe a 9 because he was electric. I mean, you got McGrath hit the winner for Bama. I mean, I'm gonna give him an 8. Defense, I was gonna say 5, um, because I mean, you look at it like you just made a good point. You look at the LSU game, you look at all these games, like we held them. I mean, we held them to decent, and I think I think the Tennessee football team or program is we're a very momentum based team.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is if we can get some stops early, like if we can force like 2 or 3 and outs and we score, I don't care who. I mean, you can fight
Game's
back, of
over.
course, but game's over.
Game's over, bro. Yes.
Because at that point it's like, oh crap, I'm down 3 possessions to Tennessee. We know they're going to score the football. We can't. I mean, as a player, it's like, well, crap. Like I don't know if we can do this.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And as a coach, it's
You
like
put
crap.
that type of like we literally, and it hasn't been like this in a while, but in this offense, in this scheme, we literally put fear in teams to score.
You do, and you force coaches out of their comfort zone. I mean, look at Nick Saban in that last drive against Alabama.
We talk about it all the time.
That offensive play calling series. I mean, I'm not saying Nick Saban called that, but you know what I mean. I mean, that's awful play calling.
Bad.
Terrible. I mean,
Bad.
if I see no offense to the dude. I mean, he's playing D1 ball, whatever. But if I see walk on William Wright out there, I'm probably going at him.
Yep.
But this year rating, I'm gonna say offense at 8. I see, but then I sit here and I'm thinking about the unknown, and I think it could be 9.5. But I'm gonna say 8. I'm gonna say 8. Just because of the offensive line. Solely because of the offensive line. If we had the same offensive line as last year, we'd be at 10.5.
Facts.
10.5. But I'm gonna say 8 just because of the offensive line. I think we've got more weapons this year than last year.
Yeah.
100%. But I'm gonna say 8 just because offensive line and depth. Special teams, I'm gonna say about a 9. You got D coming back. Supposedly was listening to Locked On Vols the other day. And Eric Kane was bragging. He said, "Y'all, if y'all don't know him, y'all gonna get to know him." Supposedly, this punter we got is the real deal.
Okay.
Jackson, I can't think of his name, but that was Eric Kane's words, not verbatim, but he said something like, "If y'all don't know this punter, y'all gonna know him. He's gonna be a fan favorite," is what Eric Kane says.
All right.
But and then defense, 5 last year. I'm gonna go 8.
Whew.
Yeah,
based off of potential, I would 100% agree with you.
Yeah, because I mean, we talked about it on Monday, dude. We got so much experience on the defensive side of the ball this year.
So much experience, bro.
I mean, we know Danico and Kamal are gonna be the starters. They said that today. And then Beasley and Pali. And then the second when you got McCullough, he's gonna start. And then Wesley Walker, I don't know if he's still hurt, but
he was at practice on Tuesday.
T-Mac still hurt?
He was at practice on Tuesday too. They were full go on Tuesday.
Well, I mean, if they're full go, then everybody has experience. I mean, just being honest. Then you got Tyler Barron, Joshua Joseph, Roman Harrison, Big O, Elijah Simmons,
Omar.
Dude, I mean,
Tyree West, Tyree Weathersby, Josh Joseph, James Pierce, you name it.
Arion Carter. I mean,
who you want? Who you want? David Hobbs. Who you want? Who you want, man? Like, yeah. Oh man,
I think he's the most impressive recruit on our team. As
who?
A freshman, and I think we haven't had anybody like him in a long time.
Who's that?
I think he's one of these dudes that he can come in and play.
Who?
Arion Carter.
Oh, yeah. He looks it, man. He looks the part for sure. He looks the part for sure.
What do you think?
I think, and I'm basing this off of potential. I think offense can be a 9 this year. I think special teams, I don't know a lot about what's going to be in the kick return game, because I think at this point, kick returns are irrelevant. Like, I feel like the team should kick the PAT after a touchdown, and everybody should just get the ball at the 25 at this point.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's returning kicks anymore, bro.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's a fair catch, or they just let it go out of the end zone. It's the most wasteful special team set I've ever seen in college football.
It's a break.
It's terrible. And but we know punt return, man. D. Williams is probably the best punt returner in the country. If I had to say, you don't kick him the football. Like, I'd love to see this year how many people do not kick him the ball. I'm serious, because it's going to happen. So I think special teams can be a 7. I think there's a lot of unknowns. A brand new kicker, Chase is gone. I don't know. We don't know about our new kicker. We may have a great punter. That's awesome. But who's going to be kicking PATs? Who's going to be there kicking to get us W's at some games? I mean, if a field goal comes down to it against Georgia, do we feel like we feel about Chase? I don't know yet. We'll find out. So I think special teams is a 7 for me right now. And honestly, I think defense right now is a 7. And here's why. Yes, a lot of experience, a lot of dogs, man, on that defense. But it still is a show me. Like, you got to show me. You got to show me right now. Like, I have a whole lot of faith because of experience. And I have a whole lot of caution because it's still the same guys.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of faith because it's the same guys, and I have a lot of caution because it's the same guys. Yeah. Now, they're getting better year over year. Go check the stats. Go look at the numbers. Like, they're getting better year over year. Tim Banks' high risk, high reward defense is making noise. And I think now you have added the right pieces. Again, y'all, me and Turner talked about this all last year. We are still a year and a half away from having a full team full of guys Josh Heupel and his staff recruited to Tennessee.
Yep.
We're still far away from that. Like, really, for some people, it could be 2 years. Like,
absolutely.
So, I think we got to be reminded, too, that Jalen Wright was not recruited by Josh Heupel. He was recruited by Jeremy Pruitt, but he stayed at Tennessee in 21.
Which is crazy to think about, man.
And so, like, there's a lot of guys, man, that are still not Heupel guys that are still on this football team. And so I say that to say, what does it look like in 2025 when you have a full team? You have a junior in Nico Iamaleava. Ooh, I just got chills in my body. Man. Future's bright. I know that. I know that's a fact. But we talked about this earlier a little bit. We didn't even really get into it, but college football names its top 100 players, and Tennessee only has one guy. Obviously, I think we all know who that is. It is Mr. Bazooka Militia, Joe Millie, at number 76.
It's kind of crazy.
76. They have Juice Wells and Spencer Rattler at 91 and 93. So, I don't necessarily disagree with the top 10. The only player that I'm really like confused about and why everybody is so high on this cat is I didn't see that much. And I got a jaded opinion because we beat the absolute piss out of LSU, man. And they got Harold Perkins Jr. as the number 4 best player in the country. Their tight end. Or sorry, their linebacker.
I see that. Like, I see that right here. I mean, I can see. I see
those top 3 are non-negotiable.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, Brock Bowers, and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Non-negotiable, bro. And then Drake May, I'm like, whatever. We'll see because they got South Carolina first game. So they play South Carolina in North Carolina that first game.
I think Blake Corum deserves to be 4, in my opinion.
Blake Corum, dog.
Jordan Travis.
Yep.
I mean, Kool-Aid McKenzie, he is a dog. He's cold though.
Kool-Aid. He got a pretty dope name. And then the Bo Nix thing and Jaden Daniels, that's just I don't get it. What? I don't get it, man. I'm sorry. So that's just my whole thing about this thing is that college football and ESPN analysts, they all have their favorites. And sure, Joe Milton has not proven himself. I get that. And that's exactly why people don't believe that Tennessee is going to be successful this year. And I'm okay with it. I love it. I love being placed in a position to where all we can do is excel because that's where we're placed at right now. I know we're 12th in the country. A lot of people wish they were 12th in the country.
Will Shipley at 26th?
Running back from Clemson. He nice. He is nice.
He is nice,
But
but
26 is kind of high.
26.
It's kind of high. This how I know this is your first time seeing this because you like 20s. What?
KJ. So you got K. I mean, I get it. Joe Milton didn't. I mean, whatever. KJ Jefferson at 30.
I don't get the KJ Jefferson hype. I'm gonna be honest there. I'm gonna be a little honest. I ain't seen him do nothing for real, for real.
Will Rogers
From Mississippi State.
Yeah. 36. I think it's fun. I think it's funny on here. They put notable stats and they put their passing yards and touchdown, but they don't put their interceptions.
Nah. Show me what you're working with, big dog.
Yeah.
Show me the real stats, man. Y'all capping for real.
JJ McCarthy needs to be a little higher too, in my opinion. He was a dog too.
McCarthy, yeah, McCarthy was nice. Him and Corum led Michigan to that playoff for sure.
Georgia got about 10 players on this list.
Yeah. You think
I can't believe we only got one. I can't believe like Brew ain't on here.
I know.
I'm really kind of shook about that. Like, I don't know.
I wanted to throw this in here because I'm thinking about it. It's on the forefront of my mind. Jordan Ross. His commitment date is August 21st, and it's between us, Florida, Texas, and Bama. I'm pretty sure he's like 6'3", 215. He plays the edge. 6'4", 230. Sorry. 6'4", 230 plays the edge. Man, could he come to Tennessee? That'd be massive. That'd be massive. Another thing that I had on the forefront of my mind was the fact that Tennessee has so many people don't understand that, and this is kind of going back to a conversation you and I were having earlier, but there's so much depth at this corner position that it kind of has me in this like, who should play type mentality.
My Wi-Fi just hit the bed for a second.
I didn't even know you had left. I was just talking.
It just went blank. It just went black and it stopped and said my connection was weak. And I was like, what the heck? This
is what we do on Straight Up Tennessee, y'all. I'm glad that I was talking. Like I just kept talking.
Was I on here?
I don't know. I was looking at another screen.
Oh.
Shoot, I don't know.
I wouldn't at some point because I definitely left the studio it kicked me out and I had to rejoin.
Man, I should have done. I wish that I was on the screen and thinking about it because I would have said something funny, but I didn't. I missed it. But one thing that I was saying, did you hear me? I said that Jordan Ross. Did you hear anything I said about that?
No.
Okay, so Jordan Ross, 5-star defensive edge out of Birmingham. He's 6'4", 230. His commitment date is August 21st, and it's between us, Florida, Alabama, and Texas. And now you can say that those are all 4 SEC schools. Kind of sucks a little bit.
It does.
It kind of sucks now because, I don't know if you know about this. So Williams Nawani, he committed to Missouri, yesterday?
Yeah.
And you know why, correct? Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
So the state of Missouri, he's out of Missouri. So the state of Missouri has passed a law that name, image, and likeness, if anybody stays in the state of Missouri and goes to a Division I or whatever type of school in college and receives NIL deals, they can begin payments their senior year of high school.
Ah. That's why then.
It's a great thing. It's smart. And I hate that it is changing everything about college football. You got a 5-star like him, even Luther Burden. Let's think about Luther Burden, who's at Missouri right now. Like, Luther Burden is cold.
Yes.
He could be anywhere in the country. And like, but he's at Missouri because of NIL. Same now with Williams Norwani. It's like, these cats are like, you do not really like Missouri, y'all. Like, let's be real. You don't like Missouri, bro. You don't like Missouri.
You there to get that money.
I would never play for Drink. That dude weird, bro. I about said something crazy right now just a second ago.
You did. I know. I about heard it.
That man is just that. I'm sorry, bro. That ain't the vibe for me. They jerseys hard, but they stadium is the size of a Burger King.
Speaking of stadiums, did you see?
Oh, Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt has a home game in 11 days.
Yeah,
you can't see it.
I'm not quite sure what they're doing.
Yeah, there's nothing in the end zone. Gone.
Good luck. They're gonna be playing at Brentwood Academy.
Probably.
They can probably fit everybody too.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh man. Turn, before we wrap up today, bro, I had just a quick question I was thinking about. What's your favorite Vol tradition? What's your favorite Vol tradition? And if I had to give you 4, you got the Vol Navy, the Vol Walk, running through the T, and I don't know. What am I missing?
I mean, you've already said mine. I talk about it every player series. I ask them the same question.
What's it like running through that T?
Bro, there's not a better tradition than the power tee. Opening it up. There's not.
Man, mine might.
I've honestly about the player series. I've honestly been surprised how dope or how much they love the Vol Walk.
Yeah.
Because but like them explaining it and looking at it from a player's perspective, I can get it. Like
when D Sant was talking, like, it's UT Martin and it's all orange. I'm like, whoa, these people love us.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, it's all right.
I ain't been to a Vol Walk in years.
I probably ain't been in 4 years.
I know I haven't been to the Vol Walk since 21 for sure. I know I was at the Vol Walk during the Pittsburgh game.
I actually can't remember the last Vol Walk I've been to. I might have been a little kid. I'm just being honest.
Dude, we be tailgating, getting Tennessee Ricky. You're alone. Strawberry wine.
We might not be tailgating this year.
Somebody please get us a parking pass, please. Y'all, it's been the midweek chat, man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all so much for the love and support. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, y'all. We on our way, man. 700 before the first game. The goal was 1K. Let's get 700. Let's get 700 before the first game. And then before the end of the season, let's get 1K. Y'all already know, man. I can't wait. Super excited. We'll be back on Friday, man, for Chop It Up Friday. We'll talk all scrimmage notes. We'll talk Josh Heupel meeting with the media. Can y'all believe that next Monday, fall camp is officially over, and it's time for game prep, bro. It's time for game prep.
Crazy, bro.
Shata. I'm hyped, man. So, for my dog Turner, man, it's your boy Ruck in the building, man. We love y'all. Love you so much. Can't wait to see y'all back on Friday. Run this thing up right now. Let's get 1K views on this joint right now. We love y'all, man. We'll see you back on Friday for Chop It Up Friday. You already know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby.